All right, everybody, we are back with another juicy Reddit story this morning. If you missed out last week, Carmen, he picks a good story for my friend and fellow guest. Today, we have Miss Ellie Bird joining us. Last week, we had Giselle, but Ellie's going to give us her perspective today. Carmen, this story better be good. Last week was good, too. Last week was really good, but today, what do you have?
No pressure.
The pressure's on.
All right, this story comes from the Am I Overreacting subreddit.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, am I overreacting?
And this will be found under the As Seen on Day-to-Day page, so if you want to check it out in full later. But I got a question for you both before I get into this. When you're in a relationship, how do you feel like when your man takes the initiative for things? You know, like maybe instead of asking you, hey, where do you want to eat, he just already has somewhere picked out, or what movie do you want to see, but he already has the tickets bought.
Out. If he knows me, then I don't have a problem because he should already be in the right ballpark. You know what I'm saying?
Love a man who takes charge.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm okay with that. But like Mariah says, you have to know your lady too, though.
Yeah. Because if I'm not in the mood for Cracker Barrel, but you take me to Cracker Barrel, then
Well, it's interesting that you say that.
We're gonna change
It's gonna get interesting.
Cracker Barrel in it.
Go ahead.
So the user posts the question, am I overreacting for leaving my boyfriend at the restaurant after he ordered for me?
What?
And this isn't like a blind date, like your first time. No, they've been together, okay?
Okay.
So they write, I don't even know where to start because I'm still mad about it. It's her and her boyfriend, they're both in their early 20s. She says, I went to this place that I've been bugging him about forever. They had the pasta I wanted. I was staring at it all week long. Server comes over, and before I can even open my mouth, he's already talking. Salmon for her, steak for me.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
You
No,
wouldn't
I
need
don't
a
like
salmon,
that.
no.
Yeah.
She says, I was literally...
You need a new man, girlfriend.
Oh, a new man. I definitely, I don't know if I would have left him, but he would have heard some words from me in that moment, and that waiter would have changed my order.
So
it would have been a quick switch up for me. I would have said, excuse me, that sounds delicious. Please give me that pasta.
she said it's weird because he didn't say it mean. He kind of smiled at it like he thought he was doing something nice for her. Obviously, the three of you felt differently, but it's okay.
The three of us.
The server even looked at her like, you know, should I switch it for you? You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And as she was about to nod, her boyfriend cut in and said, no, it's fine.
Oh, no.
So
he is choosing fighting words.
So she just kind of shut down,
You
right?
know when
She
us
was
girlies
like,
get hangry.
so the drink she ordered was a gin and tonic, super strong, came before the food, and she said, I just sat there sipping it. When the salmon showed up, I tried a bite. Nope.
It was nasty.
Yeah, the breadsticks tasted better, she says.
No, she didn't.
Lord,
Wow.
Pushed the plate away, and the boyfriend said that he was wasting his money, and kind of laughed, but not in a cruel way, more like he didn't get why she was mad.
Is he actually sitting at this table, or are they like different
What's
tables?
the
Is
word
this
that they
wild?
put in the dictionary? Delulu.
Delulu.
Like he's Delulu
Yeah.
at this point. You saw me and heard me talking about this pasta all week long. Were you paying attention? That's the first question. Were you actually paying attention? I have been craving, mouth-watering over this pasta. Then you don't even give me the opportunity to order it myself. You order for me and order the wrong thing. Try to joke about it as if my feelings are invalid. Let's talk about that right there. And when I try to correct the situation in probably a nice, polite way, you double down on it? Oh no, honey, that cannot happen.
So.
I need to know also the establishment. Is this like an Italian restaurant, or what is it?
Is it expensive?
It was a new place. He said he was wasting his money. He didn't specify.
You right. You are wasting your money.
yes,
you're
this was
wasting
your
your money
decision.
because you're the one that put in that order. If you let me order, we wouldn't be wasting money.
Also, okay, you have to talk about it too. Like salmon is I love salmon, but that's a food that like not everyone's cup of tea. So I mean, I'm sure hopefully he knows that even she likes salmon, but that's a switch up. I mean, it's not like being like, let me get her the fillet or something. That's
She got up and went to the bar and paid for her drink and then texted for a ride and left. She didn't say bye. She just, you know, got up, said, I'll be back probably, and then didn't come back. So later he texted saying that she made him look dumb and that he was just trying to be thoughtful, that his mom always said it's nice when a guy takes care of stuff. And she told him she said, I told him by letting me order my own food would have been, you know, best case scenario.
He did a little too much.
Yeah, he did a little too much.
So the question is, she wants to know if she's being extra over the pasta or if it's actually a big deal.
No, I don't think she overreacted over the pasta. Now leaving, if it was like a first date, I definitely would have left. Like I would not have felt bad. I don't know, maybe boyfriend and girlfriend, we probably just would have sat there and argued at the table.
This sounds like it was also the straw that broke the camel's back after maybe a week of some tension. That's what it feels
good.
like.
Maybe.
No one really just leave. The fact that she went out, I'm paying for this drink, I'm out.
Well, Mr. Carmen, as a man, what would you do that? Order your woman's food, and if she even tried to correct you and say, "Oh no, sweetie, I think I would prefer something
I don't know how.
else."
No, I don't
Are
know
you
how.
gonna
this-
double down on it, Carmen, or is that what you're gonna do?
I don't know how this is getting turned on me.
I'm just asking,
I'm just
you
the
know.
reader.
Taylor, weigh in.
I'm just the
No,
reader.
literally, phone in, Taylor. We want to hear what you have to say.
So some users commented
Okay,
on
here you
this.
go.
Give us a comment.
They said one says chivalry is opening a door for you, ordering for you, and telling you what to eat is controlling.
Like, is he going
Right.
to feed her as well?
Preach.
Right. It's actually a big thing. Even if he knows what you want and you normally order the same thing, it's polite to say or to ask, you know, you want your usual before
Yes.
ordering.
And because I've been in that situation, like honestly, when my partner and I, when we go out, of course you have a few seconds to sit down and look at the menu. We will literally say, hey, what are you feeling? What do you want? And then if it's been established like what I want, then yes, he's ordered for me, or even I've ordered for him. I've gone ahead and put in the order, but
Yeah.
we know what each other want. And I'm like, he wants to get this, and I'm looking to confirmation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be different than to just take a wild guess and assume.
My boyfriend and I are big about splitting too. Like, we share. So we want to like split a little app, or we'll have him. I'll be like, oh, this sounds good. He'll be like, oh, well, I kind of want the burger. I'm like, oh, let's just do a little splitsy. And it
Okay.
works out perfectly for both of us.
Yeah, that's
so I feel like they're not really, the communication's off somewhere.
You went for the pasta. He knew you wanted the pasta, and he still treated you like a 5-year-old who didn't understand the menu. And he did it with a happy smile, as if he'd cured cancer. Hopefully, the relationship is over. is
That's
what
a
Yeah, I don't
That's
like.
how that was
That's a
the
comment?
the final part of that one person's comment.
Oh, and
Okay.
you left out the smile.
No,
Yeah.
No.
Another person said, honestly, that's a man who wants a subservient woman. You failed his test, and that's good because that's not who you are. It's pasta today, what you're wearing tomorrow, and who you're talking to a week from
That's
now.
why I think, where are you? What are you doing? All the red flags
Oh
are coming
my
from just this
gosh.
one dinner.
Yeah, and he just really didn't understand the weight of his actions, because he did try to laugh it off, smile it off so many times. But I would say, again, her leaving, I don't know. I don't know if I would have, I don't know.
That makes her, kind of gives me a red flag on her as well, just to up and leave.
Yeah, I feel like there was an opportunity to really sit down and communicate. Now, again, he
sounds like she
said
tried
he's
to.
wasting his money. He
That's
wasted
true.
his own money,
Yeah.
because what I would have done
Yes.
if I did not like the salmon, I would have still called that waiter over and said, excuse me, I do not like this. This was not good. Please bring me the pasta. And I would have sat there and waited for it too. I would have.
See, I'm one of those, like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go find the waiter, be like, hey, the salmon's out of stock, right? The salmon is not, y'all ran out.
Yeah.
Give me that pasta. Give me the Cajun pasta.
Something. Any excuse will do at that point.
So a third person commented, you have every right to be angry. You're not a bloody child, and because you're not a bloody child,
Yeah, I was about to
and
say.
because his
Ron
mom
Weasley.
says something doesn't mean it's cast in stone. So stick to your guns and set boundaries on what's acceptable in a healthy
Yeah.
relationship.
Mom was on the right track, but you have
Yes.
to, times have changed just a little bit, so it's his responsibility to really know how to balance that out. Because again, as a woman, I like a man who takes charge. I might put up a little fight every now and then, but at the end of the day,
fine.
like, I like a man who can take charge, you know?
Yes.
So that's fine. He went in with the right intent, but through that ride, yeah, he started going
So
downhill.
is the person who made the post, are they overreacting?
No.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Even though they left.
Because, like, even if he sent a message, dinner here, be ready by this, like, wear something nice, I love that, like, black dress you have on. That's different. But then, like, the whole, I just think they both miscommunication at the table and a little too touchy with each other.
Did he apologize?
Does not say, but I can tell
might
you that
fled in time.
the person who posted it deleted the post, and they even deleted their Reddit account. Don't know what for. Hopefully it wasn't the boyfriend telling them to do those things. But I just want to say, if I could, gentlemen, don't be like this. And if you do, you're a bed bug. Just stay away.
You're
all right?
what?
A bed
A
bug?
bed bug.
What
you
is
heard
that?
me.
What is that?
It is not. You like bed bugs?
Tune into next week's Reddit,
Exactly.
everybody, and maybe we'll be able to figure out what the bed bug is.
Don't be a
Carmen,
bed bug.
his last statements, they always leave you in awe. Thank you both so much for joining us. Ellie, it was a pleasure to
course.
have you, love. Carmen, in these stories, let me tell you,